Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Contest of Speed EU1. This evening we have 17 drivers and a cookie, which should be very exciting. Nice to see 18 drivers have shown up this evening. We have a few reserves in the building. We've got Cookie replacing Bama, which possibly will be a permanent. Cameron is in for Bjorn in the Alpine. We've got Profolis in for Mango in the Haas, Blade in for Snipes also in the Haas, so a double change in the Haas team. 18 drivers, which should be exciting, and we are around Monza, the Cathedral of Speed. My name is Matt, and Slaughter shall be joining us later as well, just covering for Shane, who unfortunately isn't here this week, but he'll be back next week, where you can listen to his lovely Belgian dulcet tones. Let's get a track mat up and let's see who is first out on track. In fact, there is the man in question. As DJ Gillet is starting the first lap.
Good evening.
Of the Good evening, mate. How are we?
Good.
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm very excited. There's 18 people driving, and if it's like this week, it's going to be chaos.
Oh, it's gonna be looking good.
It should be looking good. Hopefully, we've had chaos in EU4, EU3, and EU2. It's been lovely. How was your race on Monday? I mean, you raced around here this week.
Yeah, it was a very good race, P18 to P3, so happy.
These guys will probably know already, but what strategy would you recommend these drivers? What's the strat?
I think the two-stop is the way to go. Starting with soft and ending with soft is not a bad way. Tracks always go faster and faster, so ending with soft is a good idea to do.
Possibly we'll see someone do a cheeky little two-stop. I think most of these guys are going to go for a one-stop, I feel. If I'm being honest, I reckon it's going to be a soft medium or medium soft. I don't know if someone's going to be able to qualify on the mediums in the top 10, which should be interesting. We've had late safety cars in all EU races so far this week, so whatever strategy people have been on have been thrown out the window.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not as big as chaos in all the tiers, but yeah, needs to be a little bit chaos to make fun for strategies.
And for our entertainment as always, as the LOI duo have gone to the top of the timesheets, and Cookie puts himself in between the two Aston Martins. So strong start on his return to Contest of Speed, and Marley continues his good form and goes for a 19.7. That's going to be a... Red Bull are the team to beat in this tier, Slaughter, after the last couple of weeks. Obviously, you'll be hoping for the Alfa Romeos to do very well.
Yeah,
for your
I'm
constructors.
watching both Alfa Romeos, so I will shout for them. Hopefully they come with a big strategy, so big brains. I hope for them.
Big brain strategy down in Alfa Romeo EU4 on Monday. Thanks to Shane, who's not here tonight, but I know Shane played a hand in the success at Alfa Romeo on Monday, which was good to see.
Yeah, it was great to see that he did exactly the same strategy in EU3 from P18 to P3 too, so it was very nice to see.
Maybe people need to start P18 by the sounds of things, because you seem to be having great races. I think Wizard last night was P20 or P19 and finished 4th or 5th, which is, I mean, clearly a way to go. Start outside the top 10 and make your way through the field by the looks of things this week. We are looking at Raggy's lap round the Parabolica for to complete his lap. Been relatively tidy, but should be in the 120s. What's your prediction for pole then? What are these guys going to produce? We know how quick they are.
I think someone is coming with a low 90 or a high 18. I think Mali will prove his time to 193. I think.
Yeah, I would agree. With aiming at 119s would probably be the way to go. From what we would say, it's been quite slow this week. Tier 2 pole time yesterday was on 119.8. That's already been beaten by Marley on his first run. EU3 was very similar, and EU4 was in the low 1 minute 20. So near the sharp end of the grid, it's been relatively even. As we watch the second Alfa Romeo Fruit start his first lap through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Opens up the DRS. It's going to be a very quick race this evening, hopefully. I've heard.
At the same time, behind him is AlphaTauri on medium, so I'm watching what's his time going to be on the mediums.
Konzo is on the mediums. We'll put the tyre graphic up so people can see it. So Konzo is on the mediums, as Slaughter said. He's behind. Possibly going for a second push run. Fruit goes around the Parabolica, opens the we'll open the DRS briefly. 120.1, so tight at the top, which we come to expect. Konzo is 121.1.
I think Blade is gonna try to improve his time to 121 also on the mediums. It's a little bit far off the softs, but yeah, what's to think about. Softs and mediums are a big gap on this track.
He's as you were talking about, we just jumped on board and he's completely missed the braking zone into the second chicane. I know a few people struggling and moaning about the curb on the inside. From your experiences on Monday, how did you find the second chicane? Did you get airborne at any point over the sausage curb?
I got it one time on lap 3. It happens to me. And because of that, I got a significant front wing damage, so I needed a pit end. But yeah, sausage let you fly a decent amount.
Flying curbs and a flying Red Bull Milan into the 119s as well, as DJ Gill goes fastest, 119.7, 15 hundredths of a second quicker than Marley.
Ooh, and Rosa spins him.
Rosa is off. He is off. Yep, you are right. He's second chicane.
A really fast sector 1, almost. He was improving hard, so could be 192, but yeah. Went eats too fast on the throttle and yeah, too much curve.
Trying to see if anyone else. Dan's looking like he's going to start again on another set of softs as he heads down towards turn 1. I just feel recently with this game, Monza's become a lot hard. You can't ride the chicanes too well anymore, like you used to. You used to be able to straight line a couple of turns. And obviously we've got Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2 and Ascari. I mean, I'm going to make a bold prediction, but I reckon there's going to be 2 people that are going to retire at Ascari during the race tonight. I don't know about you, Slaughter.
I'm going the way you are. 2 people, maybe a third with a... I don't know. It's going to be a third thing front wing or something.
So a lot of incidents up there this week, and a lot of safety cars as well as Dan. There we go. We were talking about Dan's just lost it on Ascari. Luckily, just about keeps it out of the wall. Is there anyone on a lap?
Ooh, and Rosa Sky spins him again on the same spots.
Oh, and yeah, I've just seen and some front wing and some damage as well. Good spot. Not having the qualifying to remember at the moment. As both the Alfa Romeo swap position, I think that's because Raggy's on another run, and he's 2 tenths up. Oh, and he's cut the inside of Scurry. That's quite easy to do on the initial turn-in. What's Jamie up to? Jamie's improved through sector 1. He's 5 tenths up, Slaughter, through the middle sector. This is looking a good lap for the Ferrari driver.
It's gonna be in 192.
We go from there. At the moment, he's going to be into 119. He's got a little bit of slipstream off the McLaren. Let's see if he's managed to carry all that speed for Ascari. Hugs the inside towards the line and does a 119.8, so puts himself third. Ferrari's going strong. The Tifosi will be happy.
Molly is also improving. Sector 1 it's almost 1/10 faster.
We'll go on board then with Marley. And it's, yep, gain another little tenth through sector 2. It's going to be crucial because I have a feeling this qualifying is going to be quite tight at the top. I mean, we've seen the times, top 11 drivers only separated by 6 tenths, and I'm expecting that to get smaller and smaller. Marley crosses the line and does a 119.5. Held all the time together and puts himself on provisional pole. Now then, what can his teammate do in response? He's currently up through the middle first sector by a very incy little bit.
Combs is also improving with the softs now. He's 6/10 up of his time on the mediums.
And he's further around on track, so we'll go and have a look. Oh, he's pulled into the pits. Interesting. Milan is still going, he's improving, so this is going to put him very close to at least second if he can keep the lap together. Again, another one of those drivers hugs it to the inside, and it's a Red Bull 1-2.
Blades improves his from his mediums to the softs with 2 seconds, but it's not enough to get into the top 10 and set the time at 128.
Yeah, 120.8 for Blade. Profolis is also a second up as well, so this is going to be a low 120 if he can keep the lap together. And it is, it's a 120 flat from Roland, so that's very close to pole yesterday. I probably would have put him third in EU2 yesterday, 8th in EU1 tonight, as we are just waiting really for the final runs. Just over 3 minutes left in qualifying. Have Red Bull done enough? That's the question. As we go on board with Rosa, we'll do a lap round at Monza just to show you, and he's gone through the first sector, through the Curva Grande. We're going to be approaching speeds of nearly 200 miles an hour before we break into the second chicane. Avoids the sausage curve this time, nice and clean through there. Now through Lesmo 1. Running as much curve to the outside. Lesmo 2 flicks it in. DRS opens. We run down towards Ascari. which I feel, I don't know about you, the most important part of the map, the sky.
Yeah, if you can Scotty take a good decent amount of, you can get many tens of, if you take a good line.
It is a solid line through there. Nothing more than that. He needs to get a time on the board, considering he's well down where he's been normally qualifying his Rosa. Through the Parabolica. Keeps it nice and tight towards the pit line, and it's a 120.3. Puts him only down in 13th, and that's the difference between this tier and EU2. 20.3 yesterday would have probably got you into the top 6 or 7. You would have got away with it, but because of how close it is, only 13th. Oh, there's a lot of traffic coming up as everyone makes their way out.
Lecky is setting in there for the first time this time, so I'm watching him going through Ascari now. Gets a decent line out of it. Gets now a great slipstream of the Ferrari ahead. And he's going
into the pits. Doesn't quite content then to stay at the back. Cookie is improving, temp up, and he.
Well, maybe he has heaters. He's going from P18 to P3. Maybe also.
Cookie goes P5. Right then, what can Cameron do? Cameron is off the track, and Fruit is improving quite significantly actually, and Fruit goes into second place. The People's Champ has turned up, everyone, as he's into second, splits the Red Bulls. Dan's invalidated. Seabucks isn't on a lap. Jamie. Saucy runs to the line. The Ferrari, the Toposi cheering them on. Saucy goes fourth.
Marley setting a quicker sector time. It's not much faster as his second attempt, but he's improving.
He's improving. Marley comes around the Parabolica. And he's really hugging the inside of 119.4.
Jill will not improve.
Calzo. No, Calzo's going to complete his first lap and puts it at 120.1, so just outside. What can Milan do in response? Nothing. So, pole again for the Red Bull, pole again for Marley. However, Stalter, you'd agree that's, well, just over a second separates the top 15. Very tight in qualifying indeed.
It's very tight. It looks like the real war for first one, so that's why the guys are the tier 1 of the league. Every tenth you can gain counts in this one. So.
As you said, that makes the difference. I think in other tiers, if you make a tenth, you make a mistake that costs you a tenth, you'll probably get away with it. But in EU1, every tenth counts. So Red Bull lead Alfa Romeo, which is good news for the Alfa Romeo team. One half of the commentary booth here would be very happy with that. Red Bull third, then the pair of LOI drivers, Saucy and Seabucks, fourth and fifth. DJ Gill sixth. Cookie on returning debut seventh in qualifying. Jamie eighth. Cameron ninth. We know how strong he can be in this tier. Used to be an EU1 driver. Profolis rounds out the top 10. So free choice of tyres go to the likes of Dan Calzo Conzo, Ecos Raggy, Rosa, Lamy, Blade, and Wacky Races, the only driver to not set a time. EU1 provides our last on-track action of the week. However, that is not it. There is some more on-track action that's not going to be streamed, but it's going to be trialled. I believe there's a GT7 race on Sunday, I believe.
Yes, on Sunday, 9 or 8 p.m. UK time, there's a race for GT7. It will be GT2 cars that will go on the track. I'm searching for the map. I cannot find it right now.
Yeah. Group 3 car.
It will be Monza.
Monza, perfect. So Group 3 cars at Monza for the GT7 guys at the weekend. I was happy to drop in and see you guys practice last week. I don't think I would have the mettle to.
Yes, it's really for GT7 the mental game. How long do you have your concentration with it? So
I don't think I can. I can just barely concentrate for 50% races, let alone races that last over an hour. A wet Singapore is mentally taxing for me, let alone doing 2 hours.
it's very tiring. Then I'm going really fast to sleep then.
Credit to you guys for doing it. You have more mental strength than what I do, but let's have a look then at the tyre choices. All very split, actually, outside the top 10, which is a little bit of a surprise. Not really a surprise. Don't think there's much difference between the strategies. So we'll do the easy one of Conzo, Rosa, and Wacky Races, all on the softs. Everyone else outside the top 10 are on the medium tyre. The medium guys will probably not be wanting an early safety car.
But I'm curious how these guys will go in turn 1. It's, as long as I've watched turn 1 was always a little bit of corner, so you hope it will be clean this time and don't have a virtual safety car.
You hope so. I think turn 1 this week actually hasn't been too bad. It's been relatively calm. I know in races gone past there's been people out breaking themselves, but people have been relatively cautious because they know it's a long way to go. 27 laps round the fastest track on average in the Canada, so it's going to be a very short race if there is no VSCs or safety cars, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get one. And the guys are all on the grid. And we are away in Italy. It's a good start by the looks of things for Marley from pole. The other Red Bull Milan is pulling alongside Fruit as they all go into turn 1. Relatively calm so far. I spoke too soon. I believe that is
has front wing damage on the right hand side. It's outbraked himself against Mercedes of Profodos.
Yeah, and Fruit went round and he was in second place. I did think it was an Alfa Romeo, so Red Bull lead 1-2 as we head through the Lesmos for the first time.
And there got the other Alfa around in turn 3.
I believe, is it Raggy?
Yes, it's ready.
Raggy off on the mediums. As we head further back, we see Cookie being passed by Lumai. So not a good start from some of the guys in the top 10. You can have a look at that with the position change. Fruit down 12, Cookie down 10. Gives Cameron
had a good start with his mediums. It's up third places. It's in P7 with his mediums, so very good start of Aston Martin driver.
Thank you, Saw. Indeed, good spot. Yeah, that's going to work wonders if he can keep within the DRS train that's probably going to form around here, as Profodus and Jamie squabbling over 8th and 9th places. Cameron and DJ Gill are going to go side by side through the Curva Grande, and DJ Gill is through. So Red Bull's not been able to break the train yet, but I've made a good start. As everyone makes its way through Ascari for the second time, it will become a DRS train. We have a DRS train all the way down to 15th place. Slipstream and DRS around here is quite powerful, actually. Fruits managed to set the fastest lap whilst catching up to the back of the pack after being pretty much last after his turn 1 spin. Fuel, a few people are under fueled, Slaughter, by the looks of things. I don't know how many, but Saucy's one of them. Were you an under fueling person this week?
No, I had in my mind of last season, 40 now. I did a good under fuel and didn't make the last lap almost entirely, so I'm not so much under fueling anymore. I'm going almost level now, and then it takes the first 3 seconds penalty.
Yeah, it will be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the entrance or the exit of Ascari. That's the place where you're likely to pick up a warning, but 3 seconds in the first 3 laps is a little bit worrying. And he's also now at DRS, so will be under attack. We are going to see Cameron, though, all over the back of the Mercedes in front. Oh, DJ Gill didn't move once or twice. Cameron goes round the outside. Will fight it all the way through, as these two are going to go side by side nearly once again.
And Jamie is fighting with Profodos for the 8th place and takes it before the chicane, so good overtake from Jamie.
Good overtake from Jamie, fighting that one back after losing it the previous lap. Dan's got himself back in the DRS train, which is important for his race. DJ Gill is looking at the back of the Ferrari now. And he's pretty much pushing it through Ascari. Someone runs wide in the background. I've noticed already a few guys struggling with their ERS and how much they have left.
Both Red Bull seems good so far. DJ Gill with only 16% left, 15 now.
Yes, I've got Tass in front of me as they go side by side once again, those two. I believe Konzo got past Profodus for P9, so that's good for Konzo race. Fruits managed to also join the back of these, so the DRS train is now back down to 15th, which is good news for everyone involved. It will make, though, overtaking very, very tricky.
And someone is around, Cameron is around, he's going to ride in the...
Oh yay. He's just like halfway down, yeah, you were correct. We're going to go back.
Now he's struggling really, really hard with his overheated tires in the back.
It wouldn't surprise me, they are very difficult to control once a spin. DJ Gill is all over the back of the Ferrari once again. As you said though, no ERS really, and so he's not really going to gain too much from power wise, although Sossi's also flashing red as well, so he's going to send it down the inside. Sossi's going to hold it out and force him out wide. Good defending, good racing as well. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 drivers under fuel at the moment.
Cameron went from the mediums, needed to do a front wing change.
Medium should last from there, you think? You hope that. You hope that they will. For his sake.
Will reach the end, it will be very slippery and tricky. So,
yeah, they will be. Absolutely spot on. They're going to be slippery, but they'll just about make it. A lot of the midfield guys are struggling with ERS. From the top, from 4th down to 7th, they are all below 20%.
and Konzo is trying to overtake Dan and will take it before the turn, so really good overtake from Konzo. He's now in P7.
Yep, DJ Gill also got past Sossi, so they've swapped positions again, but there's now a little bit of a gap, though, sort of, between the top 3 and everyone else. You just got to be careful not to fight each other too hard. They need to probably work together to keep up with the guys in front. Felt Dan sort of just let Konzo pass a bit there, but because he's in a... Oh, and Dan's got a bit squirmy on exit, but has managed to keep it together. Dan's on a completely different strategy to these guys, so at the moment in a really good position. Only being a couple of seconds off the front 2.
DJ Gill is really struggling keeping up with this ERS, so I don't know what he is doing, but will not help him to go closer to the front.
He was trying to burn it, I think, to get DRS down the straight, but look, you see how much power he's losing to the guys in front. There's a switch up front, Milan's having none of it, and has swapped positions with Marley down to P2, and that's allowed Seabucks to get closer and closer to these 2 in front of him, and DJ Gill's managed to get back in the train. Probably going to see Rosa have a look possibly down the inside of Profos. No. Oh, and Marley's round. Who would have thought? Oh, and there's a lot of debris. DRS board has gone as well. Championship leader in trouble. As Jamie's Seabucks has lost a handful of places. He's now down to 8th, and they're all bundling past. We've got 5 or 6 cars all in the space of each other. Seabucks has got front wing damage. I wouldn't be surprised if they've come together, the Red Bull and the Aston Martin. And now there's a bit of a gap. Sossi's got some distance between himself and everyone else, and Milan's got some distance.
So much then overtakes for Photos, nice overtake in turn 1. So that makes P4 for the medium driver.
Yeah, and DJ Gill has retired in the pits. After his spin. Down in a good position, as we've said a couple of times already on those medium tyres. He's kept himself out of trouble. He's kept the guys in front. And now as the softs are just starting to fade away, this is where he's going to be outperforming the guys ahead of him. An uncharacteristic mistake from Marley, that caught us off guard.
Milan goes to the pits. Sossi goes further on with his sauce, just like Profoldos and Wacky Race.
Wacky Races is looking for a move on Calzo in front. I'm surprised Marley didn't come in after his spin, but he's carrying on. We'll see what pace he's got to try and haul everyone back in. Milan's come out in a little bit of free air. He's got the 2 medium runners though of Raggy and Blade in front of him. Look at that, Fruit has managed to leapfrog Rosa by doing the undercut. So Fruit boxing a lap early has come out ahead of Rosa and Seabucks, who had to replace his front wing, but Fruit showed some early pace behind at the back on those softs, and now looking to do the undercut on a few more drivers, as I wouldn't be surprised, Slaughter, that we see Sossi in. Is he in?
Yes, Sossi's in. As well goes Wacky Races going in. No, Wacky Races is going on with this 10 laps soft, so he's getting performance out of it still.
I think it's more the fact he's still in that DRS train, with the medium guys outperforming the soft runners. He's still within that DRS, and he can use his battery. He can be dragged along, he feels, by the medium runners in front. Fruit has just set the fastest lap of the race, as they're all getting all close up together. That gap that Milan had over Sossi is now below a second. He had nearly 2 seconds when they stopped. That's now down to less than a second. Jamie's in the mix as well. I have a feeling this is going to be a race of who can make the least mistakes. I think it's going to be that close. As Milan looks to go down the inside. Oh, they touch! Him and Raggy touch. Raggy's trying to do the best that he can for Fruit by holding him up. I wouldn't be surprised he fights back at some point. Here he comes. The Alfa Romeo. knocks back in front of the Red Bull driver. And that was round 2, but I think there's going to be another round as Milan's going to set him up into the second chicane. And Milan still stuck behind the Alfa Romeo, and Sossi's there now as well.
I think Wacky Red is doing this one because his tires are not looking all that good. So I think if he does one more lap, it will be too tricky. So
he's on 48% and 47% on the left-hand side, I believe. Raggy's got some damage, 3%, nothing special. Everyone else is okay. As there is a swap for the lead. And Calzo's looking to go down the inside as well. Tried to get 2 for the price of 1.
And that's helped Wacky Race. It's now on the wrong side.
And Milan still stuck behind the old medium runners. Oh, and we've got a spin. Who's that? Down at turn 1.
The awesome Martin of Bucks.
Yes, Seabucks is round. Fruit's gone past Raggy. That was a switch around, which makes sense. Fruit's now going to be in hot pursuit to try and chase down everyone else. Milan's going to go to the outside, and so is Sossi. Blades let them go, which is, I mean, understandable. Not really his fight.
Wacky is still going on, but the Sos 13 laps out. Sos has 13 laps mediums, and he's still even close behind them.
I wouldn't be surprised if Wacky's using his iRacing experience here to. They're not losing massive amount of time, and he's still within DRS. Gap between himself and Milan's 15 seconds as Fruit goes down the outside of Blade. And we're looking here at P1, P2, and Fruit in P3. Conzo goes to the outside of Blade. He's got Raggy now in front. Those guys have got to just try and hang on for another couple of laps to get those mediums to work. Rosa and Profodis are fighting. Profodis gets that move done.
Wacky made a little mistake and is now out of the DRS.
And
he's
I would
really struggling.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, you're right, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if he's coming. He's going to come in that for this lap. James got past Blade and moves on to Conzo next. It's all spicing up as Wacky does pit. So where is he going to final out to? Where is he going to be? He's still in the pit.
He's going to be behind Rosa Sky and in front of Molly.
Yeah, he's going to be out behind this train. I tell you what, the guys out front are, fair play to them, are holding station. They're 14.8 seconds still ahead of Milan, and they're on 10 lap older tyres. There's some good pace going on. Milan's just had a very good first sector, which has taken half a second out of them. Lumi thought about pitting, but he's not going to. Dan's going to go to the outside. Gets that move done. Milan is closing in now, so I wouldn't be surprised if these guys come in for softs very soon.
Performance is momenteel same with Rosa Sky below the 10% of EOS. Everyone else is at above 30, but those two guys are struggling with the EOS managing.
Yeah, I'm also keeping an eye on Konzo. That gap between himself and Fruit is... it's growing a little bit, and if he's going to try and think about getting a podium, he needs to probably just close that gap up a little bit over the next few laps. Although he's probably looking more behind at the moment than in front. He's got Jamie. I mean, fair play to Raggy. Raggy's still... oh, big moment for Dan though for Ascari. He's just about held it all together. Konzo's not got any damage. As Calzo go past Dan, that's a swap for P2. Oh, a little bit of the nudge at the back. Electric Blade is in the pits. I'm just waiting for something to happen. We're waiting, aren't we, really, for these guys to come in the softs and charge through at the end, aren't we, really?
I think it's gonna happen around lap 17, 20, so I'm looking for them when they come. Blade is coming in. Is the first one of the old mediums who's come in. Is behind Bucks.
Has caused the customer, but very surprisingly, no VSC or safety car yet.
And Australia looks good now. Not really anything happens so far. And when I say that Lumi comes in, the first of the top 3 is pitting on the softs.
So Dan was closing, but not close enough. Gonna watch this battle for P3 and 4. Could give a time penalty, as they're gonna possibly be a move for the lead. Dan down the inside of the Curva Grande. Will have the outside line though, so Calzo will probably try and hold this. Slots in behind. These two try not to fight too much because they know that it could damage their race later on if they're not too careful.
Blades comes past in turn 1 of Seabucks, so that's the first pass, and it's charged to the field. Now he gets to Cameron for 11 seconds.
Yeah, it's Lumi's the one for me because he was in that lead group. He's got the DRS open and the ERS, using that overtake. Rosa lets him through and knows that he just needs to stick with him because that McLaren could be on for some points towards the end of the race. Calzo pits, Dan stays out. Slaughter, that does surprise me.
Rage is also carrying on. He's still okay, same thing doing so.
And a move for the lead. Sorry to cut you off there, Saucy and Milan. Oh, it was like watching Verstappen and Hamilton. Fruit's now to the outside and can smell blood. He tucks in. He's going to go down the inside, possibly into... No, sticks behind. So Saucy with the net lead. It's a little bit scrappy.
Oh, and there's a spin of Ecos Rage.
Raggy's off, yellow flag, but no safety car, so we're going to carry on. And Rosa and Road Provokers swap positions once again.
I think Dan is in trouble if I watch Lumi come out ahead of Calzo with more than 3 seconds. So I think he will, if he don't come in now, he will
oh, Saucy's there. Milan back through, and Fruit's seen the advantage. Fruit goes down the inside. Mind games, they're playing the DRS mind games already. And Milan with the DRS. Fruit defends the inside, possibly going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Fruit parks it on the apex. Milan looking for the switchback.
And Calzo goes ahead of Profodos in turn 2. So now it's a 2.2 second gap to Lumi.
We are looking. Gap to Lumi from Milan is 4.1 seconds. But he has got a 3-second time penalty. Saucy goes down the inside of... Oh, crash! Massive impact. Saucy out in the wall after Desmo 1 and a safety car.
It will help Dan a lot, I think.
I think Dan will be able to pit onto the softs and come out in front of Fruit, which would be huge. We had a terrible camera angle, by the way, to watch that, but Milan looked to have the outside line through Degner 1. Sorry, not Degner 1, that's the wrong track. Lesmo 1. Saucy managed to get a good run on the inside and perhaps contact between them. As Saucy, they all pit, Slaughter, they all pit. Lumi stays out.
Lumi stays out with his 2 lap soft, calls the same, so now it's Dan in third. So it's the same guys who was running in the top 3 with their mediums are now in the top 3 with their softs.
This has worked wonderfully for those guys that stayed longer out on their mediums. It also is a wonderful thing for all the guys that are near the back that hung in there. They've now got an opportunity to possibly pick up points to go onto fresh softs. Penalties wise, Dan is on 3 seconds, Lumi on 3 seconds. That could be quite pivotal.
And if you're watching, it's almost always a DRS sprint, so they can lose a lot of places with their 3-second penalty.
Yes, and with not many laps to go over, so the safety car will probably be out this lap and the next lap, which means lap 23 will probably have some green flag racing, which will give us 5 laps, which will give us 2 laps of normal racing and then 3 laps where they can use DRS. You're already checking Milan's penalties. Engineering for Fruit. Currently sitting in P4. So Lumi stayed out. How are Lumi's tyres? Let's have a look at TAS. That's been provided. They are slightly more worn than others, but not massively.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's only his back one. It's 12%, and the other one is 11. So it's not that bad if you look at the car. So it's the
no. Also look at Ros's. Ros's tyres are massively worn, considering they're supposed to be the same age as everyone else. Raggy's still got some damage. I don't know what it is, whether that is floor or wing. And he's still got that 3%, which won't affect him too much, but it could be just enough. Here's one on the soft tyre, so essentially we're going to have a 5-lap sprint race here, which should be exciting. Also probably giving Marley a chance to close in. Safety car in this lap, so yep. We're going to have 5 laps of green flag racing. And the last 3 laps we will have DRS. So if you were starting a restart, would you go out the parabolica or are you leaving this right to the line?
I will go almost in, not at the exit, so just in front of it, so when nobody expects it, so a little bit earlier than usual.
The element of surprise.
Here.
Oh, and yeah, Blooming has gone. It's not gone much after what you said. And we are green flag racing once again. We have 5 laps to go. Lumi trying to break the toe and warm the tyres up just a little bit. Fruit is pretty much level pegging with Dan. And hopefully we'll make it through turn 1 nice and easily. Fingers crossed. Raggy. Yeah,
it's now in the back.
Saw Raggy plummet towards the back, so Bloomy, Calzo, Fruits made that one position of Dan, got himself in between himself and Milan. Marley stuck behind Cameron, and Rosa, who's lost a place to Cameron.
Seabucks has now 5% damage with the restart.
And Marley's also gone past Rosa, so Rosa's not had a good opening lap really. 2 positions gone. This Cookie I think's just lost it a little bit out of Scary. And Milan all over the back of the Aston Martin, going to go down the inside. Dan's going to squeeze him. Oh, contact, under braking. How they both haven't gone into the barrier and managed to keep it on the road is beyond me. Milan squeezes the Ferrari out. Dan gives the position back, but he wants to tuck in so he can get behind Milan. We're going to be possibly 3 wide here. It's going to get pretty messy, folks. Oh, and they've made contact again.
Ferrari and the Haas of James and before this made contact. Cameron comes in it and he spins and has lost his front wing.
Devastation, virtual safety car though. Oh, and we all got to slow down to that delta.
Milan has now 18% damage. Before this is 21.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was to the floor. Milan went quite hard over that sausage curb. Yeah, both got significant damage. It's not visual, but
it's there.
It is there, and it will be quite horrible to deal with, especially when Milan is outside of the DRS range and he's going to have a few drivers chasing behind him. And we are green once again, DRS enabled. None of them got it though, because the detection point is well before the parabolica. Dan goes down the inside of Konzo. So we see Dan and Milan potentially going at it once again. 3 laps to go. A reminder, Lumi's on 3 seconds worth of penalties, so at the moment, as it stands, it's going to be Calzo followed by Fruit.
Yeah, and if Lumi keeps getting bigger, because with Fruity and Milan, it's now 4.5 seconds, so if they play it right, they will be Italy on podium.
Dan got down the inside of Milan into Ascari. No love lost between those two. That's the third or fourth time they've come to blows. And I'm expecting Milan's going to have a nice run at him again as they go down to turn 1, but he's going to be close company of Konzo and Jamie soon behind.
Blade's got a nice overtake in the last corner of race.
Oh, they're going to touch again! Sorry, Slaughter. These two still go at it. Oh, that's still 3 have taken to the escape road. Konzo amazingly has switched back underneath all of them and he's up into 5th again. Marley in all this is now up to 7th.
It's now on the left front wing on the left side after 30% damage, so that won't help him do the corners.
No, it's got worse. And you can really see that Red Bull just understeer through the corner. Roz is going to be in behind as well. You've got wacky races there as well. They're all lining up. Milan's going to try and make his Red Bull as wide as he can. He's burning the battery as much as he can. Ragay goes down the inside. Oh, Milan's off. Cookie's there as well. I have a feeling here we're going to miss something with a lap to go.
I'm watching the front two. Cause is looking for the overtake into turn 1. It's
Fruit's
going to
get him.
Wide. No.
Oh! Calzo goes across. Fruit goes down the inside. They touch again. Calzo goes and takes the escape road. They're 3 wide. Fruit gets squeezed out. Love tap from Lumi.
Gets in front of it.
They're going to have a couple more opportunities. We saw last night as well. You can always get a run down into the Parabolica. It's not all over yet. These guys are certainly, unless something horrific goes on, they are going to be the top 3. Dan's too far away. Konzo's too far away as well. Calzo's getting closer and closer. He's still got half the battery left to use. We're on the final lap. Calzo knows he's done as much as what he can. He's through the Descaro one more time. Fruit is closing in though. Raggy's past Rosa. Lumi's set to win it on track. Calzo's getting closer. Fruit needs probably one more lap. But it's going to be Calzo that's going to win, followed by Fruit. Lumi, Dan's going to drop down some places behind Konzo, Marley and Jamie. Ragay moves up to 7th. Dan goes down to 11th place with all those time penalties.
13 plates.
13, yeah, picked up a few corner cuts with the fight with Milan. Milan outside the points. Cookie didn't have a front wing.
No front wing. I don't know where he lost it.
Milan didn't get a front wing. Cookie ended up with no front wing. Well, that was dramatic, Slaughter, to say the least. We thought the last 5 laps would give us action. It gave us plenty of action.
Yeah, it was a really good action and entertainment. And Profodos came not just on time with his view of the line, so from him it was good luck.
I think it's a different winner, but it is the junior team Alpha Tauri take the win via Calzo this week in EU1. Congratulations to the Scotsman. Fruit finished 2nd, and Lume, with that penalty, drops down to P3. But still podium though, so some good points all in all. So Calzo wins, followed by Lumi third, Gonzo fourth. Good points scored today for AlphaTauri, especially where they started from in qualifying. Marley somehow managed to end up getting P5, so damage limitation for him. Jamie 6th, Ragay 7th after a good safety car ending. Wacky Races at the back up to 8th, Seabucks 9th, Blade 10th, Rosa just outside with that penalty, misses out on some points. Milan got into a battle with Dan and they finished 12th and 13th respectively. Cookie 14th, Rose 15th, Cameron 16th, Saucy and DJ Gill all dumped the last three.
We're almost right with the 2 DNFs at the surgery, but no one was at Ascari, so...
Pretty good guesses all round. I shall invite the top 3 in. Here he's through. Has arrived.
Good evening, James.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. We'll get there in just a second.
Good.
All good. I'll start whilst you're here. I'll let you go first. P2, a sniff of P1, denied by the man that's just joined us. I mean, considering from the first lap you were near the back after a little spin, would you take that?
I'm taking that every day of the week. It was. I felt like at the pace throughout the whole race. I was building up confidence till the end, but then, yeah, I felt like I had to. I had to get that win to get fully satisfied. But it was a good battle at the end, clean battle, which the back it wasn't. But it was a fun battle. Good to be back in front.
It was good to see you back near the sharp end of the grid. As you said, nice close battle. Could you possibly have got him, or was that moving to turn 1? Did that sort of put the nail in the coffin?
Well,
at the end,
I felt like I just had to try it. I was braking really good throughout going into turn 1 throughout the race. So I thought, why not just try it? But after that move, it was over. My tires had a bit of gravel on it, so the run towards turn 3 was already really difficult. Turn 4 it is, so it was over after that.
Well, I think, as you said perfectly, I think you would have taken that after being spun round at the back at the start. So congratulations on your P2, mate. It was
thank you.
Good to see you back. And we move on to our victor for today, Calzo. Congratulations. Went on the mediums to start off with, I believe, before the safety cars, well, helped your strategy. It would have been nice to see you overtake everyone as you came back through, but how was that for you with the pressure you were getting put under?
I wasn't expecting to finish it even nearly this high, so yeah, it was a big shock. Like, starting on mediums, I felt like I had quite a good pace, but the softs held for quite a while. So I just waited, and then eventually I pulled the trigger on the softs, and I felt quite quick, and I thought I could maybe catch leaders, but it would probably have been too little, too late. and then the safety car came out and my prayers were answered and everyone else pitted, and I knew when everyone else came in and I had a guy behind me in penalties and a guy in front of me in penalties, if I didn't win the race it would have been an absolute failure. So yeah, I tried covering off turn 1 from Fruit at the end. I thought I'd deterred him enough from going, but I must have left a gap in. I expected him to go for it. I'm going to leave a gap. You're going to go, so it's the last lap for the win. So yeah.
Yeah, there was just about a car's width. There was just about an Alfa Romeo's width of space left, which he tried to go down. I mean, well held in the end, and you withstood the pressure. So well driven. Can we expect anything else in the next few weeks? What is Imola to your liking at all, or?
I don't know. I'm probably not. I'm not that quick in Imola, to be honest with you. So I fully expect to probably be qualifying inside the top 10 in there, like. But we'll see what happens. It's usually a bit of carnage in Imola and a few safety cars or wet weather, and the grid order will change. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, well done, mate. Congratulations on your victory. Good to see you back on the podium, and that will conclude our interviews here. These guys will be back next week. They'll be at Imola, so we are staying in the Italian region of Europe, and they'll be back Thursday 9 PM UK time. Next on-track action that will be streamed will be EU4 on Monday, where you get to see Slaughter race round Imola and kick off EU4 on Monday 9 PM UK, and GT7 will be on Sunday, not streamed, but we'll keep you posted at some point because the spectator mode isn't what we wished for. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Slaughter, thank you for sitting alongside me. That was a pleasure to have you, as always.
No problem.
You don't have to listen to me anymore. You have Shane back next week, so normal service will be resumed. Thank you everyone for watching, and good night.